Hello everyone, in this video we're going to talk about hanging baskets. I got a new hanging basket this spring. It is called the Peacock. It's a metal hanging basket. It's by Kingman, and I'd like to plant that up with you and also talk a little bit about hanging basket basics. Okay, this is the Kingman Peacock planter. I really like the top on this. It'll provide interest even as the flowers are spilling out down over the bottom. It comes with a cocoa fiber liner. It is 14 inches. There are different kinds of hanging baskets. There are peat pots that are hanging baskets, and those will retain water better than this will. There are also plastic hanging baskets that will retain the water much better than this will. So it's up to you which kind of hanging basket you want to go with. I like the look of the metal hanging baskets with the cocoa fiber liners, but they are a little bit more maintenance than if you were to go with the peat pot or the plastic containers. The next thing I'd like to talk about is the soil that you're going to put in your hanging basket. You want to make sure you get one that says potting mix. You don't want to use garden soil in a hanging basket. This potting mix already has some perlite in it, which will help retain moisture, and that's what you need rather than the ordinary garden soil. So we're going to add some soil to our basket. We're going to fill it up to almost an inch of the top. Here we go. Okay, I think that looks pretty good. We're going to go about that height. Okay, so here it is all filled up. You can see the perlite is the white chunks in the mixture. That will help hold some moisture. And it's filled up to almost an inch of the top. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to add some slow release fertilizer. So it says right here smart release, but this is your slow release fertilizer. There are many different brands. I'm not particular about what brand I use. This is the one that I have right now. So we're going to add a couple shakes into our container. Okay, we're just going to add a thin layer of slow release fertilizer on the top of the soil, and then I'm just going to mix it in with my hands. Okay, we're ready to plant. Let's talk about the plants that I'm going to be putting in this hanging basket. Now it is a 14-inch diameter, and a good rule of thumb is 3 to 5 plants in a 12 to 14-inch diameter plant. However, for the plants that I'm using, they are really prolific growers, so I'm only going to be using 3. My first plant is the Supertunia Vista Fuchsia. You can see just on this bloom the color that it'll be, and once this gets room to grow, this is going to take off and just fill this pot. So we'll be using the Vista Fuchsia. The next plant I'm going to be using in the hanging basket is also from the Supertunia Vista series, and it's called Supertunia Vista Bubblegum. And just look at this color. This has to be my personal favorite plant. Just look at the pink of this bloom. This is another one that is just going to grow. You give it weekly fertilizer, and this is going to just fill this basket. The last plant that I've chosen to go in the basket is Supertunia Lovey-Dovey. Now this one is not in the Vista series, but it has the same requirements of full to part sun. And just look at that sweet bloom with the variegated stripe. I think the 3 of these together are going to be really pretty, but this being just a Supertunia, I don't know if it'll be able to keep up with the growth of the Vista plants. So we'll see. One thing that's really nice about the Supertunia series is you don't have to worry about deadheading. These are self-cleaning plants, which is less maintenance for you. The most that I will have to worry about with this hanging basket is keeping it well watered. When it's not raining around here, that is. Okay, so I'm going in between the bars, and I'm just going to scoop the soil aside. And I'm going to start off with Supertunia Lovey-Dovey. And we're just going to sink that down in there like that and move the soil back around. There. And I'm going to turn the planter. I'm going in a Y, so my next plant I want here. Okay. Next we're going to plant the Supertunia Vista Bubblegum on this side. And we're going to fill the dirt in around it. And the last plant is going to go, I'm doing a Y shape. The last plant is going to go here in between these two bars. So I just move the soil aside. Let's get the Supertunia Vista Fuchsia. And sink that down in there and cover it up with soil. I think that was the right amount of soil. That went in there perfectly. Okay, and the last thing we're going to do is we are going to water these plants in very well. Okay, well, we've got the basket all planted and it's hung up in its permanent spot here on the swimming pool. So I want to talk about how it looks. So I really like the bottom here design of the fleur-de-lis on the pot. And also if you look up to the top, you're going to see the decorative metal up at the top, and that you'll be able to see that all summer long. Also get a picture of what we have it hanging on. That piece of metal used to hold up a side table in our kitchen, and my husband saved it all these years and then was able to put it to good use for hanging basket holders. And holding the pot onto the metal is an S-hook, and those are really useful. You can use those S-hooks to hang things over a tree branch. So I recommend having several different sizes of S-hooks on hand. Care and maintenance for this basket, because it is cocoa fiber, the water is going to run right through this, so you're going to need to make sure you water these pots often, maybe twice a day in the heat of the summer. So that's it. I hope you enjoyed seeing this video come together of a hanging basket, and I really look forward to the summertime when those flowers are in full bloom. Thanks so much for watching. We'll see you in the next video. Bye!